There are places in the world where silence hums louder than sound. Kai Virek had always heard that hum, even as a boy in the foster care alleys of District 9, where metal rooftops crackled from acid rain, where neon signs flickered like dying stars. He'd hear it. A low, pulsing hum under everything, in walls, in wires, in people. At night, he'd lie awake, not haunted by nightmares, but waiting for something to respond. He didn't know then that something already was. On his 21st birthday, the silence broke. It was a night like any other. A curfew drone buzzed past as Kai walked the edge of the junk fields outside the city. The skyline behind him blinked in shades of electric loneliness. His hands were still bruised from a street brawl, another nameless fight for another nameless cause. He was tired, not in his bones, in his soul. Then it came. The ground beneath him vibrated. Light, impossible light, burst from the soil like veins of starlight erupting from the earth. He staggered back, and from the center of the glow rose a sphere, floating. Metal? Stone? Neither. It pulsed with symbols he didn't recognize, but somehow he understood them. Then the voice came, not through ears, not through speakers, inside. You are the final bearer of the Aetheron code. Kai's knees buckled. He wasn't scared. He wasn't confused. He was complete, like a missing part of him had clicked into place. Suddenly, memory flashes, not his own, entire galaxies collapsing, alien cities floating in golden gravity, a war, a betrayal, a secret. His mouth opened, but another voice escaped it. Awakening sequence, confirmed. His eyes went black. The world blinked. He stood somewhere else. A desert made of data, skies of swirling code, a cathedral of stars. Before him, a figure in obsidian armor, faceless, watching. You are late, it said. And just like that, Kai snapped back to the junk fields. The sphere? Gone. The glow? Gone. But on his palm, a mark, a glowing symbol, shifting like liquid metal, alive. Behind him, footsteps. He turned. A drone, not government, black, silent, watching. Then a second one. Then 10. Then they opened fire. He didn't remember moving. He only remembered the explosion, and when the smoke cleared, he was still standing. Not a scratch. But around him, the ground was glass. The drones melted. His breath heaved, chest burning, not with fear, with power. He wasn't human anymore. He was Aetheron, and someone just tried to erase him before he even began. There's a moment right after the impossible happens, where the world tries to pretend it didn't. Kai stood at the center of what used to be a junk field, now scorched glass, twisted steel, and ashes shaped like machines. The mark on his hand still glowed, pulsing with a rhythm not his own. In the distance, sirens wailed. Someone had noticed. But before he could move, a sound, software. A whisper of fabric against wind, a breath behind silence. He turned. There, standing between the shadows of two rusted towers, was a woman. Long coat, hood low, eyes, not human. Her irises spun, slow mechanical rings of gold and red. Ancient tech, banned since the War of the Circuits. She didn't speak. She scanned him, and when her gaze hit the symbol on his palm, she flinched just slightly. You're not supposed to be real, she said. Kai stepped back. Who are you? She raised a hand, not to strike, but to show her own palm, a scar, the same symbol, but dead. I was a vessel, she whispered. Prototype, yours is pure. Kai's pulse raced. What the hell is happening to me? She walked closer, careful, respectful, like he was something sacred. "You carry the last intact code," she said. "The final seed from the alien architect. It's not just power, Kai. It's memory. It's a map. It's a weapon." Kai shook his head, backing away. "I didn't ask for any of this." No one asked to be the last hope of a dead galaxy. She reached into her coat, pulled out a device, small, silver, humming. "You have 3 days before they find you again." "Who?" "The Null Order. They hunt code-bearers, even the failed ones, like me." Lightning flashed, not in the sky, in Kai's mind. Visions again, a child hidden in a lab, a scientist whispering a lullaby in a language not of Earth, a gunshot, silence, a voice, "Protect him at any cost." He dropped to one knee. His head burned. The symbol on his hand bled light like a wound opening to the stars. The woman stepped forward. "Your body's rejecting the activation. Too fast. You're not ready." She held the silver device to his chest. "This will stabilize the code. Temporarily." A sharp pain, a click. His vision cleared. He looked up. "What's your name?" She hesitated. "They called me Lyra, before I was erased." She stood. "If you want answers, follow the signal. It's already calling you." Kai blinked. "Where?" She pointed to the horizon, beyond the junk fields, beyond the city, toward the dead grid, the no-man's zone of ruined AI temples and broken alien tech. "Find the Vault of Silence," she said. "Inside is the first memory the architects left for you." Another sound. Sirens, closer now. Lyra turned. A shimmer activated behind her. Cloaking tech. But before she vanished, she looked back, just once. "Don't trust your memories, Aetheron. They're not all yours." And then she was gone. Kai stood alone, except for the thing inside him, the hum, louder now, calling. The road to the dead grid was not paved. It was broken. Kai moved through forgotten ruins where machines once prayed to things older than time, and humans whispered names they were forbidden to remember. The world was quiet out here, not silent, the kind of quiet that waits. His boots crunched across rusted cables and shattered armor, skeletal remains of drones and exosuits, long since drained of power and purpose. But something in the air pulsed, like memory, like pain. Every few steps the symbol on his palm flickered, not just glowing now, but reacting. To what? He didn't know. "Vault of Silence," he whispered, "whatever the hell that is." Then he heard it, a hum, low, metallic, like a song sung in reverse. He ducked behind a collapsed column, peered through a hole in the steel. Figures, 3 of them, not human, tall, wrapped in chrome-threaded cloaks, faces smooth, eyeless, no mouths, just pulsing slits where sound shouldn't come from, but did. The Null Order. They moved like mist, scanning the ruins, searching. Kai didn't breathe. The mark on his hand pulsed faster, not light now, but heat. He winced. One of them turned, not toward him, but around him. "He is near," one said, its voice like radio static passed through bone. "The code burns loud. The seed has awakened." They stepped forward, slowly, ritualistically. Kai knew he couldn't outrun them. Not here, not like this. Then, a glint from the rubble, a metal shard, sharp and clean, old but humming. He grabbed it. The moment his fingers touched the alloy, the mark on his hand erupted in fire. Visions, again, a map of circuits, a tower of light. Coordinates burned into his mind. 42.7 north, 112.3 west. Then, a voice, not Lyra's, not his, older, alien. Aetheron must descend. The Null turned, all 3 at once, directly toward him. They saw him now. No more hiding. Kai stood, holding the shard like a blade, though he had no idea how to use it. "You're not taking me," he said. "Not before I find out what I am." The creatures didn't speak again. They attacked. One moved faster than thought, a blur of steel and code. Kai raised the shard, and something happened. The blade lit up, brighter than the sun, and sliced through the air. Time stuttered. The creature screamed, not from pain but from recognition. "Code Prime confirmed!" one shrieked. Kai's mind split open. He saw Lyra bleeding, a lab underwater, a vault with no doors but endless locks, himself, but not, a version of him, floating in a pod, eyes closed, as if dreaming the world from the other side. Reality snapped back. The second null lunged. Kai dodged, not by instinct, but by memory, as if the shard taught him. The third raised a hand and fired a stream of blue fire. It hit him square in the chest, but didn't burn. It absorbed into the mark and burst out the other side, straight through the null's head. Silence. All three lay motionless now. Kai dropped the shard, fell to his knees, gasping. Then he looked at his hand. The symbol now moved, not just a mark, but a living thing, a circuit breathing on his skin. From the shadows, a voice echoed. "You've taken your first step into extinction, Aetheron. The vault waits, but not all memories want to be found." He turned. No one there. But in the distance, rising like a tombstone made of stars, was a black spire. The vault. The Vault of Silence wasn't just a place. It was a warning. Carved into the side of a forgotten mountain, its doors stretched 50 feet high, made of obsidian alloy, laced with pulsing veins of energy that looked eerily like veins. And they were humming, not a hum of machines, not even a hum of life, the kind of hum that remembers. Kai stood in front of it, wine cutting through the canyon behind him, the symbol on his palm now pulsing in sync with the vault's rhythm. "I'm here," he muttered. "Now what?" Then the ground trembled. The symbol glowed blinding white. The vault answered. With a crack of impossible sound, the doors slid open, not pushed or pulled, but peeled back like something alive. Darkness inside, not black, colorless. Kai stepped in. Each footfall echoed like it traveled for miles. Inside, the walls were etched with shifting glyphs, ancient code that moved like water when he looked directly at them. He passed what looked like statues, frozen forms of people in agony, reaching toward something or someone. But the closer he walked, the more he saw. They weren't statues. They were real, frozen in time, preserved mid-scream. Kai swallowed hard, kept moving. The vault wasn't just protecting something, it was containing it. At the center, a massive chamber opened, spherical, ceiling lost in shadow, and at its heart, a chair. No, a throne. A throne made of broken tech, shattered helmets, fossilized AI cores, pieces of gods that once ruled this planet. On it sat a figure, draped in tattered robes, wires crawling from its back into the throne itself. Eyes closed, mouth stitched shut. Its chest glowed, the same symbol as Kai's hand. "Is that me?" He stepped closer, pulse racing. Then the figure moved, only slightly, a twitch in the fingers. The vault responded. Glyphs surged around the chamber, codes shifting violently. "Aetheron," a voice whispered, not aloud, but inside Kai's skull. He dropped to his knees, clutching his head. "You are the Echo, the one who escaped. You should not exist outside." "What are you talking about?" Kai gasped. "Who are you?" The stitched mouth of the figure smiled, impossibly. And then it opened, tearing itself apart, bloodless and smooth, revealing only blackness. "I am your beginning, and your end. The entire vault shuddered. From the shadows, other figures emerged, copies of the throne-bound one, each wearing a different face, his face, older, scarred, broken, dead-eyed. "How many times have we tried?" one said. "How many timelines shattered?" another hissed. "He keeps waking up," a third whispered, walking directly through him like mist. "He keeps remembering too soon." Kai screamed, falling to the floor. Visions surged. He saw Earth covered in red vines, cities rebuilt as machines, himself as a god, as a tyrant, as a corpse, again and again, always ending in the vault. "You are the last Codebearer," the throne spoke. "You were designed to erase us, but you ran." "I don't remember any of this," Kai shouted. "I didn't ask for this. I didn't choose." The vault roared. Symbols lashed out like lightning, striking him. He convulsed. The shard, the metal blade he carried, flew from his belt and hovered midair, spinning. It pointed directly at the throne. And then the voice returned. "Lyra." "Kai, I don't have much time. If you can hear me, you've reached the vault. That's not your enemy. It's your warning. The real threat is still coming. And you're the only one left who can stop it." The vision shattered. The throne collapsed into dust. The vault fell silent. Kai stood, burned, shaking, alive, but changed. The symbol on his palm no longer glowed. It moved, like it was watching him. He turned toward the exit, and from far beyond the vault's edge, a scream echoed. Mechanical, planet-wide. Something had awakened. At the far edge of the world, beyond mountains that bled electricity and rivers that whispered binary, the machine stirred. Buried deep beneath an ocean that no longer held water, but memory, it opened its eyes. It had dreamed of many things. It dreamed of fire, of silence, of a child born with a code older than time. It dreamed of Kai. And now it was awake. Far above, Kai stood on a ridge, wind pulling at his burned coat, the vault's ruins behind him. His eyes glowed faintly now. The symbol on his palm had moved to his iris. It ticked like a clock. "What the hell is happening to me?" Beside him, the shard hovered, alive. It flickered with Lyra's final recorded message, fragments of her voice buried in static, repeating like a broken lullaby. "You are the last one left, the key. Wake it before it dreams of control." He clenched his fists. Something had been watching him since the moment he was born. A system? A god? A parasite? The skies above the Dead Sea began to swirl. Lightning cracked upward from the ocean's bed into the clouds. And then it rose. The machine. It didn't break the ocean. It displaced it, water folding around it like reality didn't apply. It was a sphere of infinite shifting gears, metal that wasn't forged, but grown. Its surface was engraved with the names of cities long erased. It spoke not with sound, but with memory. And it had only one message. Aetheron has awakened. The recompiler must begin. The world shivered. Kai collapsed to one knee as the air around him grew dense, his brain pounding with signals he didn't understand. Visions slammed into him. He saw the future. Earth turned into a mirrored prison. People walking like puppets, each with symbols burned onto their skin. A throne in the sky, with him on it, wires feeding into his spine. "I won't become that," he growled. But deep inside, something smiled. The shard floated toward the machine, pulled by some magnetic fate. It lodged into a socket hidden on the machine's face. Click. The world stopped breathing. Every screen, every dead terminal, every silent AI drone across the planet flickered on at once, all showing one word. Aetheron Kai's body lit with white fire. The symbol in his eye now pulsed with each heartbeat. "Kai," the machine said, "you were the last line of defense. You chose instead to run. Now you must choose again, recompile the world, or let it die." Kai screamed, the energy ripping through his skin, fracturing his sense of self. His shadow split into two. One stepped forward, smiling like a god. The other turned its back, silent like a ghost. The machine waited. The shard floated back, glowing white-hot, hovering between Kai and his two selves. "Choose." He raised his hand. Flashbacks hit him like storms. Lyra, bleeding out in his arms, whispering, "Don't become what they made you to be." His own face, twisted with circuitry, screaming in a burning city. A child handing him a flower, not knowing the world was ending behind her. His hand trembled. Then he gripped the shard and jammed it into his own chest. The sky ignited. The machine howled, not in pain, but in relief. The world blinked. And Kai was gone. Not dead, just everywhere. His body dissolved into streams of light, shooting across continents, merging into broken circuits, reanimating forgotten satellites, injecting forgotten hope into ancient machines. The world rebooted. For the first time in 1,000 years, Earth breathed. Far away, deep in orbit, something else woke up. Something worse. Not machine, not man. Something watching. Its single eye opened, blood red, orbiting Earth like a god waiting to judge.